Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you my ultimate cursor setup that's made me literally 3 times more productive. By the end of this video, you'll have a cursor setup that can generate entire Angular or React components from a single comment, debug Angular or React applications with AI assistance, and connect to over 100 different services through MCP servers, and write better code faster than you ever thought possible. So let's dive in. Okay, first things first, let's get Cursor installed and configured properly. Head over to cursor.com and download the latest version. What makes Cursor special is that it's built on VS Code but with an AI-first design. The installation is straightforward, but here's what most people miss. During the setup, make sure you import your VS Code extensions and settings that you already have, because this will make you feel as you are using VS Code and have all of your configurations and extensions already installed. Cursor will ask you about this. Say yes to everything. Okay, now here's the first game changer. Cursor's AI models are way more advanced than GitHub Copilot. So let me show you that. So you can access here, you have access to Claude 4, Sonnet, GPT-4, Gemini 2.5, and other cutting-edge models. So let's check the essential configuration here. Let's configure the settings that will make you a front-end wizard. So first, go to Cursor settings. On Windows OS, under the File, Preferences. Okay, let me scroll it down. So Preferences, and select Cursor settings. If you're on Mac OS, then navigate to Cursor settings, then select Cursor settings. So here's my exact configuration. Under the models, I use actually Claude 4 Sonnet as my primary model for React, and I use Gemini 2.5 for my Angular development because it understands component architecture and Angular specific patterns better than any other models. So some of the models from the list are not enabled, as you can see here. But you can also disable the models that you don't need. So if you want to enable some, just mark them. Or if you want to disable some on the list to appear, just click on the disable here. So also, let's go to another important step regarding the privacy here. In the privacy settings, under the General tab, here, okay, you just go here to the privacy, scroll down, right? Okay, you see this privacy, and be sure that that you select the privacy mode instead of share data, because when you share data, it will share the data with Cursor. So I use for my all commercial projects, or also for my own, I always keep the privacy mode like private, and it is not like training the Cursor on this code that I'm using. So this is a really most important thing regarding the privacy here. Okay, privacy from share data, select the privacy mode. So this is the first thing that we have to do. Now we're getting to the real magic, Cursor rules. So these are the secret sauce. This is how you teach Cursor to code exactly like you want. So these are there are two options here. Okay, let me just navigate to the rules. So click here, see this. Okay, yeah, rules and memories. Select here and go there. And now we have different, we have different options. So two options actually: user rules and project rules. In the user rules, you can add your own rules that will remain across all your projects. So something like general rules. And the second option here is, as the name says, there are rules related to a specific project that is important, because you can add rules and collaborate and share with your themes, so everybody gets the same preferences and specific requirements for a language model. Okay, so user rules, project rules here. Now we can do this manually, and we can do this like automatically. So if you're going to do this manually, you'd have to create a folder. So folder name .cursor in your project root and add rules folder. And then you have to add rules.mdc here. This is the manual way. And but if you want to create them like easier, you can click on this button here. So you can see the button, add rule for user rules. Okay, and you just have to add a name. So this is for the user rules, but for the project rules as well, you can add rule. We can just test rule, create test rule. Hit enter, and it will automatically add that rule here into the folder. Here, as you can see, and that test rule is actually something that you can see the configuration here. So it is. We have some options here regarding the rules. You can apply them manually. You can always apply intelligently when agent decides it's relevant based on the description, and also apply to specific files. So with this, these are some options. And also manually is when you mention the rule. So as I'm using it, as this is a test here, I'm just gonna remove it, and I'm gonna show you my Angular specific rules here. So just deleting. Okay. Okay. Here's my specific cursor rule for Angular. I'm clicking here, and you can see here. I'll just zoom it a bit. Okay. So I'm providing these rules to tell the cursor to use TypeScript by default, like follow Angular 17 plus standalone components, use RxJS best practices, implement proper service injection, follow Angular material design patterns, use on-push strategy, detection strategy, and the game changer here is that cursor memories, or actually cursor remembers these rules across all your sessions, so inside of this project. So every suggestion, every code generation follows your exact Angular or React preferences, depending what you use there. So I have also added rules, just React rules. I'll select them, you can see it. So just to show you, I'm not using them in this project as it's an Angular application. So how to apply is set to false. And I will also add these rules to GitHub repository so you can download and use them in your own projects. That's it regarding the rules. Now we're going to talk about MCP servers. So this is one of the newest features that absolutely revolutionary. Absolutely revolutionary. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. It connects cursor to external services like GitHub, Notion, database, and more. Here's how to set up most useful MCP servers for Angular or React or any front-end development. First of all, I'm just gonna open the MCP servers here. You can go here at the top. Here, chat settings here, and then you can go to the tools and integrations here. You can see here, sorry, yeah, tools and integrations inside of the settings, and you have MCP tools here. I have some of them are disabled or enabled, but I'm just gonna show you what's going on here. So to add new rule, you can click on this, and there will appear this screen here. So you can paste your configurations for the MCP servers here. After you close, you have an option here to disable or enable specific rules here. So first, we have a GitHub MCP here. So this gives cursors access to repositories, issues, and pull requests. Perfect for understanding project context. And our next rule here, as you can see, is Firecrawl. So I'll just mention this Firecrawl, and I'm gonna show you on their website here this rule. So the first one was GitHub. You have a GitHub rule here, MCP server. Actually, here's the page, and you can see that it has almost 17,000 stars here at the top. And here's here are the details regarding the setup of the MCP server for GitHub. Next, what I mentioned is Firecrawl. So what is Firecrawl? This will let cursor analyze any website or any documentation in real time. So this is interesting and important that you can say that provide like you can crawl data from any websites or documentation websites and so on. So this is really interesting. And you have like regarding your pricing, you have a free plan that can cover like 500 credits, and each credit is taking for 1 page. So as you can see here, like scrape 500 pages for 500 credits, and so on and so on. So this is one of these. And also what I would like to mention is actually another one from my list. Let's open the list. Yep, here you can see the Context 7. So what is Context 7? Context 7 is especially important for software development because this is up-to-date documentation for language models and AI code editors. I also created something regarding the MCPs. I think that I, in the past, created some of the videos regarding Context 7, and I'll add it to the screen if I found the link. As far as I remember, I created something regarding the Context 7 here. Okay, this is documentation, and it's yeah, like we can just ask for Angular here to see. Yeah, we can see the 6 days ago the documentation was updated. So why is this important? Why am I telling you this? Because when you open this documentation on in Angular regarding the Angular in your cursor, you can ask and say, okay, use Context 7 MCP for creating some components or anything. Then it will get the latest documentation of your of Angular, actually in this case, but of any of your tools there. So up to date. Okay, and now we can see like something mind-blowing. We can tell literally a cursor to check the latest Angular documentation regarding this and implement features based on the current best practices. And the result, cursor now understands your entire development ecosystem regarding these like MCPs and everything we added, and our code, our tools, and our documentation, and everything there. So before we wrap up, here are my top 3 tips for maximizing cursor. First, leverage the chat feature for code reviews. Paste your code and ask cursor to review it for performance issues, security vulnerabilities, or best practices. Second one is create project-specific cursor rules for each client or major project. And the third one is use MCP servers for up-to-date documentation and best practices regarding technologies that you are using. This ensures consistency across your entire code base. The key is treating cursor like a senior developer, pair programming with you, not just an autocomplete tool. This ensures consistency across your entire code base. Okay, there you have it. The ultimate cursor IDE setup for Angular, React, or any front-end development. If this saved you even 1 hour of development time, smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more productive tips. Drop a comment below with your favorite cursor feature or any questions about the setup. See you in the next one. Bye.